Defy life. It's more than just watching football. All my sports teams off season go through withdrawals, 30 minutes to tip off. Like Rakim was saying, weak ideas give me ear problems. Sound like thunder and rain. I'm excited that you came on this journey with 3 of my friends. Defy life till we die and grow wings. Just a different perspective. Haters in every direction. Refuse to live my life based off your projections. Their expectations are lazy. My expectations are crazy. My lady defies me. Koozie, Brown, Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Aaron, Bonds, Mayweather, Ali Foreman. You get the picture, greatest ever born. I attack without warning. This is not around the horn. The other shows whack, a lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
Welcome to the Defy Life podcast. I am your host, J.R. Glenf. We are brought to you by GoDefyLife.com. Today, I am joined by my co-host, Keon Small. How's it going today, Keon?
Wonderful day, my man. Loving it.
Cool. Alvin Glenf, how you doing today, man?
What's the crack? What's going on, man? Doing good.
Absolutely. We will also be joined later by our very own Thomas Stevens. He's probably showing up at like Miami Dolphins training camp or something somewhere. We will talk to Thomas in a few. But yeah, man, no bullshit, no BSing around, man. I want to get straight to it. Keon, you let us know something earlier this week about...
It's called the Flair effect, brother.
The Flair effect. And by Flair, he means the one and only Ric Flair. And for those of you who don't know, Keon Small is an Atlanta Falcons fan, so obviously so is Ric Flair. So without further ado, man, let us know what the hell is the Flair effect, man.
All right, check it out. 2010. This was actually 2011, right before training camp. Ric Flair shows up. He's invited to speak to the Carolina Gamecocks. The season before he spoke, the Gamecocks went 9-5. After Ric Flair spoke to them, they went 11-2. He came back the very next training camp, spoke to him again. They went 11-2. Came back the very next training camp again. They went 11-2. He didn't come back the next season, so they went 7-6. Then 3-9. Then 6-7. Okay. This season, then last year, he spoke to, just out of the blue now, he shows up at the Falcons camp and he speaks to the team before the season. Now, I have an email where I actually calculated, and this is back in August of last year. I can send this email to you guys. I predicted the Falcons record will be 12-4, but I miscalculated. They went 11-5 and went to the Super Bowl. All right. Based off my projections this year, and I recalculated the math so I didn't screw it up this time, Falcons will go 13-3 this year because Ric Flair spoke to the team before training camp this year again. I forgot the date, but I have it here somewhere. So about last week. And this is the Flair effect, people. When Ric Flair shows up and speaks to your team, he will increase your wins by 20%. So I was about 18%. 18%.
Okay.
Yes, this is a fact because when the years he did not show up, they lost.
Okay. So I got a few questions.
Go ahead.
One, does it matter to you at all if y'all increase your win percentage by 20% and you don't make it to the Super Bowl? Was that still, like, would the Flair effect still be, like, because you went to the Super Bowl last year at 11-5. So if you go 13-3 this year and you lose in the first round of the playoffs or the, second round, you're probably going to get a bye. Is that still the Flair effect?
I can't speak on, like, the outcome because, say the outcome of the postseason. Because, like, as we know, the Gamecocks never won a national championship. They didn't even make it to the national championship games during those runs. Okay. So I can only speak on the regular season. It seems to only affect the regular season.
Oh, okay. All right. So second question: do we know who the Gamecocks quarterbacks were during those years? Because I would venture to say that it may. So after he left, are those the years that the record dropped?
After
That's
Ric
what
Flair
I'm.
left, after
No,
Ric Flair, yes, the
after Connor
records
Shaw
did drop.
left.
Yeah, a lot of people left, but I mean that Ric Flair left before they did. See, you trying to?
I'm just,
Hey,
no,
this is some
I
kind of
mean,
joke, so.
no, I'm okay. Like, there's no way you could have come into this thinking that everybody would buy into the Flair effect. It's because I obviously don't. So that's why I'm asking questions. So I'm trying to see where this thing leads. Like, Al,
Trying to poke holes.
yeah,
It's like-
because
Based on your theory, you kind of have to believe that somehow he knew they were going to go 11-2. That's why he showed up. Like that, he showed up, and they were 9-5.
No, I'm just saying that. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Last year, the year before Ric Flair came to Falcons camp, they were They were 8-8. Nobody saw them going 11. He shows up out of he could have just showed up at the Patriots camp. He's some kind of bandwagon or just some kind of freak thing. No, he comes to the Falcons and they went 11-5.
I mean, he lives in Stone Mountain, so it was a convenient drive. He's old. I'm sure it was an easy drive.
Well, why didn't he go to the Panthers? He has a house in Charlotte. He could have went to the Panthers camp. They just went to the Super Bowl.
All right. So
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
No, so before you laugh and poke games, this is something
No, but
bro.
I
I've
think
been
that's
watching this
okay.
for several years, like 5 years now.
Okay, so Al, do you not think that's a legitimate question though? Like, I think that like the correlation between South Carolina going like 11-2, and then if your star quarterback leaves, you can go 7. So I'm just trying to. Is there a correlation between those years?
How do
Because
you
I would
explain
I
have
think
that?
those are legitimate questions. I mean, it's not based on any lack of belief or disbelief. I think it's just
I'm just trying to
before
find
we
correlation.
can
Yeah,
subscribe to your theory.
yeah.
I think we just need to make sure if you're looking at every factor. That's all. I think that's
How do you explain the Falcons?
I mean, because
Yeah,
I mean, because then the Falcons go to the Super Bowl in another year though.
early.
Huh?
Like
I
then the
was gonna say, I
Falcons
think it's
go,
too early.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about last year. He showed up last year. I predicted this back in. See, we didn't have the show back in August. I had the email. I predicted this. They was
No.
8-8, man.
No, I'm saying
I
we
said
didn't have the show like in whenever the Gamecocks went with them. I'm just saying like Ric Flair is 65 years old, so I'm sure he's been to a lot of training camps. So do you have that data of like are those the only training camps he's been to?
This is the only since I've been tracking it. These are the only two that he hasn't gone to any other since I've been tracking it. I don't know what he was doing before he came to the Gamecocks because I watched the Gamecocks and the Falcons. I just know that until he shows up, they start winning. When he goes away, they start losing. And it's like I'm gonna show you the email, dude. I call it the Flair effect. August of last year, I predicted 12-4. They were 8-8. There's nothing.
I get that.
This is frustrating, man.
No, I'm not. No, like that's like if somebody comes to me, like if I have like 5 years worth of proof that like like my Jordans make me jump higher. Like I'm gonna have to say more to you than like like last year I got some Jordans and I was able to dunk. Then I switched back to Kobe's and I missed the dunk. And then I switched back to Jordans again and I was able to dunk. Like, I'm sure you look at me like, yeah, I'm sure there's more to it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think the sample size is big enough. And
5 years?
5 years out of...
I think it's still too early to tell.
Yeah.
Because, especially with the quarterback leaving in South Carolina.
Okay.
So now you say, okay, there might have been another situation there. Let's see what happens with the Falcons. Because their wins could have just been reason. You look at Cam Newton having a down year. You look at everything just happened to go right with their season. Can we
So,
Can it all
I
just
gotta
be
prove
Ric
it to you
Flair?
guys. Let's just put it on this season then. I'm saying 13-3. And see, it's sad because I said this last year, but I didn't say it to y'all. But I have it on email. I sent it to my coworkers and they laughed at me. And they're not laughing now.
I am laughing at the 13-3.
Yeah, I am too.
All right.
I'm laughing.
And if they go
I said- they laughed when I
13-3,
said
I will
12-4.
tell you now that I'm not going to believe in this Flair effect. But knock yourself out.
What now? So you see, that's like you say, if you see it, you still won't believe it. There's nothing
Like
I can do.
It's like it's voodoo. Like what do you like? I need more research from you, man. I need more data because I'm sure Ric Flair, like in all of his years, did not just decide to show up at South Carolina Gamecocks training camp in 2011 or whatever that was. I'm sure he's been to.
Were you saying he had been there? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll look into see if he's been going to other training camps as well.
So does the Flair effect only affect teams with mascots as birds? Like, I don't get it.
I see you playing games now.
No, I'm serious. Like this, I don't see.
So, because I was wondering if we could hire Ric Flair for the Jets. But you're saying if it only works for birds.
Yeah.
No, it seems to be a jump of like a 20% jump, at least 20%. But I don't know if he probably do it for hire. I'm pretty sure he would. But I think he has to like your organization. Like he's not like a horde that's going around the different camps just showing up. He has to like feel what you guys got going on, you know?
Is it other wrestlers that might be for rent that might be interested in their Jets?
See, it's like we talking about Jordans and you remember the hoops? You know what I'm saying? There's only one kind of Jordans, bro. This is Ric Flair.
He got
this
touch.
Is Ric Flair. This is Ric Flair. I don't know if it works for anybody else. It's like when I bring this up now, y'all just start talking about all this other stuff. Start talking about all these wrestlers, the birds, and all. It's like we talking about Ric Flair and his effect on football teams, what he does when he shows up. I kind of don't want to talk about this anymore because I feel like you guys are laughing at me. And
I am.
We'll see at the end of the season. We'll see at the end of the season.
Right.
I was just wondering if it was just wrestlers in general. I was just trying to see. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Jet fan, and we struggling, and we seem to be cursed since Joe Namath predicted we was gonna win the Super Bowl. So I was just trying to see if maybe Hulk Hogan, maybe one of the younger wrestlers might be interested in to come and help us out. That's all.
Would that get you like a 10% increase?
13-3. This is my prediction for the year. 13-3.
13-3. That's what you're running with.
All right.
100%.
So
100%.
In a division where Tampa Bay has got better, Carolina should bounce back.
Ric Flair didn't go to Tampa Bay. Ric Flair didn't go to Carolina, brother.
Adrian Peterson is playing with the Saints.
All right. I don't know. I mean, that's supposed to scare me. The Carolina Panthers went 11-2. They had Alabama, Georgia. They had like a murderous row of teams, and they still only lost 2 games. Well, 6 games in 3 years. Very remarkable. Never done in the school's history. But anyway, I rest my case. We can move on now, or you guys can continue laughing, or whatever you want to do. 13-3, probably Super Bowl victory this year, but I don't want to push my luck. I know 13-3 though. I'll put everything on that.
13-3.
Yeah,
13-3
Super Bowl victory.
I'm not. Well, hold on. I tell you, I paused on that. Paused on that because the postseason I'm not as sure about, but the regular season is 100%. I'm guaranteeing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you now. I ain't gonna believe it.
So what you want me to do?
I didn't. Okay. I did not solicit you to like inform me about the Ric Flair effect. You said you had some Flair effect, and I wanted to hear about it. Don't mean I was like, oh, tell me about it and I'll believe it. No, I don't believe it because the Falcons went to the Super Bowl when before. Like, did Ric Flair visit them before they went to the Super Bowl last time?
I only know what I'm predicted this year. I predicted before they went 11-5. My miscalculated. It was all on me. It wasn't Flair's fault. Now this year I'm predicting 13-3.
I'm banging my gavel. My verdict is malarkey.
I'm gonna send you the email. I'm gonna send both of y'all the email. Matter of fact,
I ain't saying the email. I'm saying the actual effect. I think it's bogus.
I'm gonna send both of y'all the email. How I predicted, like how can you? All right, if this was just some fluke, there's no way I could have predicted it. They were 8-8. Nobody saw the Falcons being as good as they were last year.